Today we dive into the intense tale of the dark reality, God lies and the war within. As two brothers are torn apart by hatred and fanaticism, can they find their way back to unity? Get ready for a gripping journey of dark revelations and the quest for truth. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to enter our lucky draw once we hit 500 subscribers. Let's get started. Beneath a sky stained crimson by the setting sun, a once thriving village now lies in ruins. The air heavy with the stench of fear, betrayal, and destruction. Distant screams echo like ghosts haunting the streets, where friendships have been shattered and families torn apart. The horizon flickers with the glow of flames, illuminating the chaos that reigns. In this dark reality, the concept of God has been twisted into a weapon, wielded to sow division, hatred, and despair. In a world ravaged by fanaticism, two brothers, Ayan and Veer, face a bitter truth. The very faith they hold dear has turned them into enemies. This is the story of their tragic descent into darkness and the flickering hope of redemption that awaits. In this shattered village, Ayan and Veer were once inseparable, bound by love and dreams of a brighter future. But as the poison of religious extremism seeped into their lives, they fell victim to the toxic lies that divided their community. Ayan chose one faith, convinced it was the only true path to salvation, while Veer embraced another, believing his was the only way to righteousness. What was once an unbreakable bond began to crumble, replaced by bitter arguments, resentment, and an all-consuming hatred. As the village spiraled into chaos, the brothers found themselves caught in a brutal conflict, each fighting for what they believed to be right. The night was suffocatingly dark, and the stench of blood hung thick in the air. The sky, once clear, was now a swirling mass of ominous clouds, as if the heavens themselves mourned the madness below. Hope had been replaced by despair, and the village echoed with the cries of the wounded and the damned. In a pivotal moment, Ayan and Veer confronted each other on the battlefield, their eyes burning with deadly hatred. Each brother saw the other not as family, but as a traitor, an enemy standing in the way of their divine destiny. Tension crackled in the air, like the electricity before a storm, igniting the fury within them. In a moment of blind rage, Ayan lunged at Veer, weapon raised, ready to strike down his own blood. But just as he was about to deliver the fatal blow, a bolt of lightning split the sky, illuminating a shattered mirror on the ground. In that fleeting moment, Ayan caught a glimpse of himself, not just in the mirror, but in the reflection of his hatred, fear, and the darkness that had consumed him. The realization struck him like a thunderbolt. He had become the monster he had been taught to hate. The weapon clattered from his hands as he staggered back, horrified by the truth that unfolded before him. Veer, sensing the shift in his brother, hesitated. The rage that once fueled him began to dissolve, replaced by a dawning awareness of the horror they had both become. With a voice trembling with regret, desperation, and an urgent plea for unity, Ayan whispered, "We've been deceived, Veer. We're not enemies. We're brothers. They've turned us into pawns in their game of division. God doesn't belong to one side. We've let them destroy our village, our family, our very souls." Veer, his heart heavy with the weight of this truth, looked around at the devastation. The village, now a desolate wasteland, bore the scars of their blind devotion to lies. The same God they worshipped was now watching as they tore each other apart. In that bitter moment of clarity, they understood. They had been fighting a war that was never theirs to begin with. Dropping their weapons, the brothers embraced, tears streaming down their faces, mingling with the rain that poured from the dark sky. Their act of forgiveness and reconciliation became a beacon of hope amid the despair. Villagers, witnessing this moment of unity, began to lay down their arms, realizing that the true enemy was not each other but the lies that had torn them apart. As the storm began to clear, dark clouds parted to reveal a sliver of light, illuminating the remnants of their once vibrant village. Though scarred, the community had a chance to heal. Ayan and Veer, now symbols of resistance against religious manipulation, stood together as proof that God is not a force of division but of oneness, a truth that transcends the deception and darkness that had once consumed them. Morale: the real war is not against different beliefs, but against the lies that divide us. The path to true enlightenment begins when we see past the deception and embrace the unity that God represents for all of humanity. In our darkest moments, it is love, not hatred, that will light the way. What a thrilling adventure we've had today. The epic battle between Vamana and Bali reminds us of the power of humility, sacrifice, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. If you enjoyed this tale, like this video, share it, and comment below. Remember, at 500 subscribers, we'll host a lucky draw, so watch all our videos for a chance to win amazing prizes. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Indian mythology. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest episodes. Until next time, keep exploring the magic of ancient legends.